Good morning, everyone. So today I'm going to be looking at this set that Diamond Press sent in for review. They did send the items free of charge for my review, and all opinions are my own. And any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you're purchase items to those links. Sorry, so of course with Diamond Press that's a little bit different. They have created a code very generously for us. It's VCDP, like VianneyCreates Diamond Press, that essentially offers the user 20% off. So in the promo code or discount code at the end in the cart, you can add the discount code, you get 20% off, and that is the affiliate code for my channel. So that's how that works, which is really great. So today, yesterday I showed some ideas on how to use the new decal edge dies, and you guys are really excited about it. And somebody had mentioned that they like the shape of this because you can use like the smaller one for sentiments. I'm like, oh yeah, that's really, I hadn't mentioned that, and so I really appreciate that she pointed that out. So it is a great size. It's a little smaller here and longer, so a lot of times our sentiments are a little longer, right? So really great set. And today I'll be looking at the hidden messages template. So I do have the hidden messages basic set that they came out with for HSN, right? It had an auto ship option and all those fun things, but it had sold out and people were requesting just the mechanism if they could get that. So today I'm going to use just the mechanism, and I'm going to open this up and show you what you get here. So this one, that's what it is. It's the 4 pieces that make the basic hidden message set, or shutter, or iris. There's different names you can call that kind of thing. So it's basically a camera. When you move it down, it kind of opens up and closes, right? The little shutter. So I'll show you that really quickly here with the instructions. And it is super easy. I have other videos where I went over each and everything very, very point by point, and I'll still do that here. Obviously we want to do the steps, but I might cut them down and have the pieces ready and stuff like that instead of showing each piece cut and all that. So it says you want to cut the rotating ring, which is this guy, twice. This one doesn't show much, so depending on the color you want to use, all you're going to see is this little piece sticking out. Okay, so you can keep that in mind. What color do you want the actual little latch to look like? These shutters are going to show. That's these guys right here. We need 5 of them. So these are going to be in the very center and opening and closing. So you will see those. So again, when you're planning your colors out, you want to think about that. The anchor, this guy here, we need 1 of that. This one does not show up at all. So whatever color you want to cut that out in, it doesn't quite matter because it'll be covered up by this ring. So the ring will show, and you need 2 of these. There's going to be 1 underneath and 1 on top, but obviously the one on top is the one that shows, so however you want to color, or whatever colors you want to use for that, just have that in mind. So, so yeah. So what I'm going to do is grab some paper and some glue, because that's literally all we need, and then we'll dress up in a fun way on our card. Since it is just a basic mechanism, you can pull things from your stash to dress up the card and have fun with it. So I will be right back. Okay, I have my last piece here. I need to cut out a couple pieces, 2 at a time. Like these 2, I just cut them together, the 2 layers I would need. And same thing with this guy right here. So 2 of those. And our anchor piece here. And I am choosing gray colors, and it looks a little sad, but you will see. I think it's going to be really cute. So I'm going to do kind of, well, obviously you saw it in the thumbnail there, like a mermaid theme or a sea theme. So in preparation, we have these 2 pieces. So on both, it's where the die went in and cut nicely, and then on the back side, it's a little bit rough cut. So we're going to glue those together, okay? So let me put these pieces to the side for right now. I try to use thicker paper for this just because when you do the tab on the side, you want it to be nice and sturdy, but since we are doubling up, I just use this lighter weight paper that I have. But using the thickest paper that you have is a good idea, or putting 1 thick paper and 1 paper that's going to show a color you like, then that's fine too, because the one in the back's not going to show either, or show anyway, should I say. Okay, so we have those pretty much stuck together. So on this one now, both sides are right because of the paper I used, and they're both stuck together back to back. So it looks nice on either side. With these little guys, what we're going to do is, again, the cut side is where it cuts into your paper. It looks nice instead of having a rough side on the back. So with this one, what we're going to do is fold all these little pieces. They have little score lines. So fold them on the score line. You can fold them pretty flat too, and then up this way. And then these guys are going to be pushed back. So they make like a little bracket for you. Okay, so I'm going to do that with all 5 of them, and I'll be right back. So I just want you to see this is folded up and this is folded back. Okay, so they're all again folded with that little tab up towards the front of the nicer side, and these are back. So we're going to take our little rotating ring. Again, I have this so it doesn't matter which side I use, but with the back facing you, what you're going to do is take these little guys and turn them over. So the nice side of this is facing down, the nice side of this is facing down. And then you're going to take these little tabs and just pop them in. And then you can open them up flat. So the next one, and they're already folded the right way, so you just grab it and pop it in there. And just go around the whole circle and do that. Once you've made a couple, it becomes like second nature. Very easy. And they'll start kind of rolling in on each other. And this last one here. And that is essentially step 3 if we're following along with our steps here. And I can show you what that looks like if it was just opened up, right? I was kind of putting them in on themselves already, but it would look something like that, right? Everything's out. So if you roll over to step 4, when you turn it over, you can just bring all these guys in so that they layer on top of each other in a nice little circle. And now we have these little tabs, and what we're going to do with that is basically just leave these here. You don't have to glue anything in quite yet. And then we're going to bring this. So what I like to do is I look at the instructions just so I remember, like, see how this has 4 little tabs on the outer edge, and this is the nice side of this. Again, this part doesn't show, so but it does go a certain way, so I do like to keep it so that the nice side is up. Looking at this, here's our tab, and there's that part. And basically the first one with the tab is going to go right on there. And that's it. Just set it on top. And then we're going to have these little pieces anchor down for us. So that's it. So as you can see, there's a tab. And there's that first little one with that space, right? There's a space here that doesn't have a tab. And all we're going to do is pop these guys open. So just go through and pop these open so that they basically anchor themselves there. As you can see. Super easy. Looking just like our little image here. And then it says to flip it over to backside, which is just turning it over, right? Here we're here. Now we're going to just flip it over to the back side. And I'm going to orient it just so it looks the same as in the image, but you don't have to do that. And all we're going to do here is get one of our little pretties. Again, the 2 rings at the beginning, like I said, one can be a color that doesn't matter because it's not going to be showing. And then one is going to be showing. So let me put this on here. Sorry, I thought I heard something. Okay, again, we're on the back. I am facing this with the pretty side facing up, but again, this is going to be underneath, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to fold that over, and you're just kind of gently folding this over. I'm not making it super tight or anything, right? This is just going to hold this little guy together, so that's all we need to do, and put a little glue. If you want to use a dry adhesive, do whatever glue you like. And for me, I put it towards this edge just so I don't get too much down towards the bottom and then end up having to glue it together, you know? So I'm just going to glue those tabs down. And I'm just going to wait a second for those to set up, okay? And I'll be right back. Okay, and step 7 says just to flip it over. And of course, this side has the anchor, so it looks kind of funky right now. It says to test it. So basically, you put your hand out here. Aww. Look at that. So as long as it's working, you're good to go. That's working pretty well. Okay, and then you take your second ring. And I just want to make sure, okay. And we're going to cover that up, right? So cover up that part. This is the part that's going to be showing. So I'm just going to take glue like it says here, and you basically put it in between these spaces. So, I'm not putting too much, but we do want to hold it down nicely. So in there. and right up to here. And we're just going to pop that on top. And I'm just eyeballing, making sure it's kind of looks nice there. And I'll hold that down, and every once in a while as I'm holding it down, I'll just make sure that I didn't glue anything down inappropriately, you know. So it's still working, so that's a good sign. I'll be back. Okay, so with my little ocean theme, I'm just going to make a quick background. So I just have a piece of paper. This is very thin paper, actually. I'm not sure where I grabbed it from. It was here in my pile. But it's just white paper. And so I'm just going to take some ink. Those are just distress inks. A salty ocean and tumbled glass. It's just to make a fun background. Let me think here. And then I have the Mermaid Set. I do not know if this is still available on mydiamondpress.com, but if it is, I'll have the link for that too. And again, you know, do you want to make it look like waves or like scallop, however you want to do it. Actually, I'm going to do it this, just hold on to it and make it a little more artsy. Something like that. And since it's just distress ink, if I want to add a little bit of water and make it look like other things, you can definitely do that. And just something like that. So what I was saying about water is that you can take your, this is a very fine spray, so I like to just kind of hit it like this. A lot of this is going to be covered up, so you don't have to go too wild. And then just suck that back up with a paper towel, which I'm going to go grab real quickly, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm just kind of looking where I want to place this. I have a stamp on this same set that's kind of a bigger stamp. It says Sending You Oceans of Love. So I'm going to take that one. And I think I'm going to stamp it in black ink just so it really pops down here. Yeah, that paper's kind of odd. I don't know how it took up the water. You see how it kind of, and it pushed the color through the back. So again, use a, you know, a high quality paper. I just grabbed this one because I didn't think it was going to make too much of a difference in the background. But a mixed media paper or like a marker, a thicker, heavier weight paper will do those fun things for you a little better. Okay. I'm Sending You Oceans of Love. Oopsie, sorry. Cute. Alright, let me clean up this mess here and I'll be right back. Add to the card. I might stamp a few other little items too, but for now I have this little mermaid. I'm just going to color her in. Again, I try to keep it easy. Maybe we should make her purple. I'll just make her blue, but there's a lot of blue in the card already, so let's make her little body like purple, and let me find the lightest one. And what I'm going to do is start with the light. I have the violet colors here. And what I like to do is just kind of come in and add a little color. If you want to make her a variation of colors, of course, you can definitely do that. She's going to be inside basically this, which is what I imagine is like a little porthole or something, like a little submarine. So she'll be in here. A lot of her little body's going to be covered up anyway. I'll use the medium. Well, let's go to the dark. And you can use, like on this one, I'm going to use the bullet nib side. I'm just going to go under that dark area. Just under the little scales. So I'll do that, I'll go through there, and then maybe I'll bring in some of the medium, or maybe I'll just go back into the light, because to be honest, it's a very small space. So I just go back into the light and just kind of blend some of that out. So I'll just color her in, and I'll be back. Just finished her up. I had a little pink cheek there. I did use the Fair Skin blend from the Cirque Noir Tri-Blends. And I'm just going to have her trimmed out. It's this one. And since I do have a blue background, what I'm going to do before I actually cut her out is just come in with some, maybe this light teal. Let me see how light this is. And just add in some blue around her so that when it cuts out, she has a little bit of color around her that kind of coordinates back to the to the background. I might add a little bit more, but we'll see. For now, I'm just gonna do this. In here too, just in case that doesn't cut out. It doesn't look like it does. That way she has something behind her. Oh, her little hands too. Okay, so now I'm just gonna tape that down and cut that out, and I will be right back. Okay. Pretty great. And again, I put that blue all around her, so she has a little bit of color behind her. Let me put this over here somewhere. Okay, let's put this guy together. So basically, we have that. We have this, and let me put this down on my card base. You got some bubbles and more in the background. If you want to build up a scene like I did the last time I used the Mermaid Set, you can definitely do that. But like I said, a lot of it gets covered up, so I just kind of went with a simple background. And then we're going to have this here. Again, the back side has those little bits, but this is our pretty side here. And as you can see, it opens like this, so you can kind of think about where do you want to put the little tab, you know. I think that's probably pretty good right there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue her to this before I put it down. Otherwise, you can stick it down here and then just kind of see if you got it right, you know. But if you really want to know where you're going to put something like that, the little image, that's what's going to be showing. You can glue it to this base. And I think that's probably what I'm going to do. About there's good. Just add a little glue behind her. Just to kind of help me position it right now. That's all I'm doing. And then we need glue on this whole thing. Oopsie, to glue it down. And then we're going to finish it off with a few little things on the back here. I hope you'll see in just a minute. Oh, you know what I did? Hold on. Let's move that just a little bit. I want it to be down there, right? So that means she needs to be like here. That's a little better. And there's that. Let me grab one more thing and I'll be right back. So to finish it off, you know, if you have drops or something like that that are like gray or whatever color you think would be cute, black, however you want, I'm going to grab these half pearls from the Basics tag set. Well, the other items I'm showing you are pretty much on mydiamondpress.com. This tag set is on HSN, so I'll have links, of course, for everything. And let me see how I want to do this. How many do we need? Some of these big guys. Oh, that should be cute. You can put a whole bunch of them. It, you know, depends on how you want to handle this part of it. Let me get this little guy off of here. So I'm going to take a moment to take them all off, the ones I need, and stick them down so they look like rivets or screws or whatever it is that holds something like this together. I'm trying to think if I want to make them even. No, probably like 6 of them maybe. So I'll go around and eyeball these and add just a few here and there, and it'll look like a little porthole, I guess. So hopefully you guys like that idea. Another cute thing I was thinking about doing today, but you know, doing one I think takes enough time for a full video, and then next time I'll do another one, is to use rainbow colors in the shutter. So for the 5 different pieces, use 5 different colors, and I think it'll look really cute. So I'm going to complete this here, and I'll have some images for you guys. Links will be in the description box. Again, don't forget to use 20% off on mydiamondpress.com, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye now.